Going to do a little tutorial. I'm going to start in SketchUp, and then we're going to go into the real world, cut some wood, and put this recording studio desk for my custom kind of built console together. Just wanted to show you guys a couple tips along the way. My dimensions are going to be different from yours, so if you have any questions about how to do some of these things that can get tricky with the woodworking, just let me know in the comments below and I'll help you the best I can. If you're trying to build a custom desk, you can buy one for sure, but it's going to cost you, in the thousands or at least high hundreds. Literally, I'm going to build this desk for $50. You'll see. We're in Kuwait, so it's like 15, 20 KD, which is about 50, 60, 75 bucks. I really prefer to do it this way than to do it by hand. I'm just not that good at sketching things. I've decided to go with these cabinets that are also going to double as rack spaces. So as you can see, I have a Mackie 1640i Onyx. That's going to be my big console that's going to do all the monitoring and also give me 16 preamps, mic preamps, and digital ADDA conversion. So that's kind of like my centerpiece. I'm going to have these carpenters cut this wood on an angle here. I'm going to put all the dimensions of the pieces in the description below so that if you have any questions, refer to that or let me know in the comments. Everything's in centimeters, by the way, guys. We're in Kuwait. So I know that this is 19 inches across, this rack space. It's about 78 centimeters high, the desk is, which is, about 75 to 80 is good rule of thumb. I'm going to have 4 of these panels here. They're going to cut those. And then I'll have 2 of these bottoms, and they'll just screw together. Then I'll have these little mid shelves, and they'll be at different, this one will be a little higher, this one will be a little lower, so that I can put my rack gear, which is a little deeper than this console. So I'll have about 10, maybe 11, but I'll probably just do 10 spaces of rack unit. It's angled up so that I can, really get in there and tweak these knobs, more efficient workflow so that everything is within hand's reach. In between is going to be the desktop. My desk right now is just so huge. I love my desk and I built it myself and everything, but it's just too huge and it's time for a change. Now my current workflow is dictating some changes. Additionally, some gear purchases I made along the way, like this Avid Artist mix, soft tube console one, digital plug-in controller, have also necessitated rebuilding a new custom desk. Here, this is a really cool unit. I have a video on this Avid Artist mix. Go check it out. It lets you control all your Pro Tools with faders. And eventually I might expand to have, maybe have, in the future, I might have 2 of these, if I decide to drop some more money. So that could be how it looks in the future. But for now, I'll keep the one. I'm going to build this little weird, this was the hardest thing to build or to design, this weird little thing that holds the soft tube console one. So this lets me control volume and panning, and then this lets me get in there and control for each channel SSL style EQ, compression, gate. Between these two, everything's recallable. You have access to about, 24 tracks at your fingertips or more even. And the only thing you have to tweak is your preamps when you're going in, and that's over here. And then this is your monitoring. That's what I'm going to be using monitoring for. And then the only thing you do have to tweak beside that is reverb and delay and mastering, and you're done. So it's a real compact and efficient kind of workflow. This is the keyboard and the mouse pad, just, boring stuff. That's the computer, but I run everything off a Mac too. So as you'll see over here, I have my keyboard set up here that I've kind of just roughly modeled in SketchUp. And I always put my computer under here, and it's right now, and it's running off a Thunderbolt, and it's just on the floor. And so I decided to build this little bench. My huge guitar pedal board, which is just taking up so much space, I decided to put that on a slider, and I have it on a double. I'll have it on a double slider so that it doesn't actually bend when I step on it, that it's actually sliding along the floor, so it's double thickness, as you can see, of plywood. I'm going to be able to really have an efficient, compact workspace that helps me with my workflow, hopefully, and just makes everything more efficient and hands-on and easily accessible. This unit in particular is just sitting on top of a closet, just gathering dust. So now I'll be able to install that and use it again, and I'll be able to liberate the mixer that I had over there and use that for videos, live shows, streaming. This is a beast of a mixer. This should be installed. That other one is more of like an 8-track mixer that, you can put under your arm and take anywhere you want. But what made all this possible was I used to have this Nord sliding out of a desk. Check it out in the link above. I made a video about this where I was able to attach that Nord to this keyboard stand so that it's actually lofted. So I have a double tier keyboard stand that liberates the desk, and it lets the desk get even more narrow, and everything compacts and gets more efficient. I thought about putting these on angles, doing something like this. And if you have any questions about how to do this stuff in SketchUp, SketchUp can be a pain sometimes. So let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to help you. Ooh, don't want it that far. So, I thought about doing something like that. It was just going to take up too much footprint because of the extra width it adds. And I'm in a real small room, like many of you might be if you're watching this video. It didn't really add much to my workflow. Yeah, it will add a little tabletop surface too because you can extend it there, but it just wasn't worth it. And the total footprint is like, I think, around 6 feet or maybe under. What is that? 1.9 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. Let's go out and buy some wood and cut it all up, chop it up. You'll see this is my cut list as well. I already had 3 existing smaller pieces from previous builds. Everything that's black and white is basically scrap, and everything that's blue here is on the cut list. Able to use 2 pieces of plywood to build this desk, and here in Kuwait, one piece of ordinary plywood would be $22 plus labor plus screws, blah blah blah. It's going to be about $60, maybe 50, 60, 75 bucks. So let's go do it, guys. Just wanted to show you guys the studio. Here's those scrap pieces of wood I was talking about that I'm going to reuse. The place is a mess. See this console? It should be installed in the desk here. This console, I love it. It's great soundcraft, but I love it so much I want to use it for live shows and streaming and take it out, and right now it's bolted into the workflow. This whole thing is hard to tweak down here, so you have to reach down to tweak my nice preamps and everything, EQs and stuff. It's a mess of wires. I built it before I had this monster PC in here and before I had this stuff. So I want to put this one, here so that it's like one little console thingy. I don't even use half this desk space. See, it's just gathering gear and junk. And I do have mics here, but I'll be able to do that on the other one. And, it just, I want to liberate this desk. It's a beast. And then, this is going to move, but this is where the cabinet will be that this huge, humongous pedal board will slide out of. It's over here, it's just taking up so much room. Just make a little workstation here, and I always put my laptop. It always goes here when I record. So might as well make a little bench for it, put it right there, put the pedal board under, let it slide out nice and neat. And hopefully I will have a much more compact desk and a much more efficient workflow.